What is up, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness coming to you live with the Niner Sickness podcast. Victory Monday, Victory Monday. How's everybody doing tonight? We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk some 49er football. We're going to talk some Niners Patriots post game football with myself, my boy Eric Davis, E-Man, and we're going to have some fun. Before I bring E-Man on, I just want to let you guys know to please share the video, share it on Facebook, share it on your timeline, on 49er groups, share the video. With that said, let me bring in my boy E-Man. What's up, E-Man?
Hey, what's going on? How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, Don, Diana, Javier. What's up?
Yes. What's up to all our viewers that are popping in? Much appreciated for joining the live tonight. We might have the Boston Hater via phone, if possibly, and maybe Florida Mike may step in and join us tonight. But if not, you got the two best looking ones out of the group anyway for tonight's show. And the smarter
absolutely.
one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
No argument there, brother. What's up, Javier? Don, welcome. Jayla, Ariel, what's up, girls? If you're watching, Larry, what's up? Diana Lopez, Cuvo. Appreciate all you guys coming in. Man, it is Victory Monday. And what a victory indeed. Yes, we kind of got a little bit of a setback. What's up, Nico? A little bit of a setback with a couple of injuries, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. We'll break that down, who they are. But we got the victory nevertheless, and we dominated the Patriots in all three phases of the game. We had some fun. We enjoyed a old-fashioned beatdown, and what a running game. So before we get into depth, please make sure you follow us on YouTube under Niners Sickness Podcast. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and the notification bell so that you get notified each and every time we go live. Starting next month, early next month, we're going to be going strictly on priority on YouTube. So you don't want to miss out. You want to make sure you are following us on YouTube. Also, follow us on Twitter under Niner Sickness 49 and Instagram under Niner Sickness. Wow, thank you, Diana. I haven't been called that in a long time.
Yeah, since I was like 18.
Yeah. So appreciate that. Much love and respect. What's up, Antonio? What's up, Mr. Brother? How you doing? Go ahead.
I hadn't seen Antonio in a while. How's he? I wonder how he's been, man. Hadn't seen you on the show in a minute.
It has been a minute, man. Javier, what's up, brother? What's up, Edo? What's up, Niner fam? Not much, man. Just getting ready to have a good show. I mean, we always have a good show, regardless of whether we win or lose. But it's always much funner to do a show after a win. Now, as we get into the show, we understand that the Patriots are not the Patriots of old. They're not the Tom Brady, Patriot. I know they're missing a bunch of players because of COVID-19. But newsflash, for those that don't know, we're missing 21 players on IR. So with that said, when you're a good team, you're supposed to beat not a good team handily. You're not supposed to win by 2 points. You're supposed to kick the crap out of a team that is not that good, supposedly, and the way we did to the Patriots. So regardless of what the Patriots we faced a professional football team, and we went into Foxborough and just dominated on all three phases of the ball. So I don't want to, not that I'm going to hear that here, but if in case we get any visitors that are not Niner fans, I don't want to hear no excuses about why we played. We didn't play Tom Brady in the Patriots. We played the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of Tom Brady playing for the New England Patriots or not, the fact that Bill Belichick is still the coach and he's one of the best. He is the best defensive mastermind coach in NFL history. I don't care what anybody says. The man got his teams there based on his knowledge and his ability to coach. It wasn't all just Tom Brady. If you go back at those defenses and see, you will see that they had some really good defenses to get them there too. And
exactly,
just because two players opt out, that don't make nothing. They've played good defense all year. They got outcoached last night.
Yes, we did. And our boy, Mr. Florida Mike, has joined the live. How you doing, Florida Mike? Can you hear me and Eric?
Loud and clear. What's going on, my bros?
What's up?
Man, over here trying to find my little tripod thing I had the other night, but it's all good. I'm gonna try to make this stand. What's up, Diana? How you doing? I can see the comments. I love it.
What's up, Tom?
Good. I'll be popping in. What's up, Tom? Yeah. Good evening, Tom. Welcome to the. Yeah, we were just right before you popped in. Me and Eric were talking about how
Prost.
We beat. Oh, right on. We should do like a victory toast on our shows. Like whenever we have a victory, we should come on here and do a toast. So toast.
Water.
Hey, H2O, man. I'm with you.
That's some high quality
H2O. Let's go ahead and do a toast, man. Don't leave me hanging.
Bang.
Let's do the toast for the Niners victory. Everyone watching, to the Niners victory. Boom, bang.
This is for Boston Hater, man. Boston Hater, we beat your most hated team. We celebrate tonight for Boston Hater, man. For all y'all don't know, that's brand new. We got our boy on the panel. He ain't on here right now, but he with us in spirit. Boston Hater, man. He hates New England, so this one's for him.
Absolutely. He hates New England. And not only did we beat New England for Boston Hater, bro, we had dominated on all three phases of the ball. We went to Foxborough and we gave Belichick an old-fashioned beatdown, the worst beatdown that he's ever received as the head coach of the Patriots.
Inside of New England, yeah. They haven't been beaten that bad at home ever. While he's been a coach.
So what a statement to make for Boston, right?
You want to know something else, too?
Huh?
The 49ers defense, as long as we're not playing our fifth DB, we're the best in the NFL.
Yes. Well, you know, like to what Boston said, and very good observant point. We only have one starter playing in our secondary against the Patriots, and we beat them down like that. So
I seen Spoon out there too. I was like, I mean, some of the packages that we were using, it was just like, you know, I kind of like how we went in that direction, and you know, I like that Travaris Moore kind of stepped up and made some tackles, open field tackles, coming down on that line and playing heads up. I mean, that's kind of what we need against a mobile quarterback.
Yeah,
can't do Jimmy Ward because Jimmy Ward gets hurt too much.
Yeah, I like Travaris Moore, what he did. I love the way Marcel Harris played as well. We just had a good play, man. Good play. Even Jamal, what's the guy, number 47? Smith. Is it Smith or?
No, it's
not Smith.
Hold on. It's on my tip of my tongue.
He had 2 interceptions.
Well, one of them was kind of tipped to him. I mean,
hey, he had 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
He could have dropped it, right? Oops. I have to give credit.
I give the credit to Javon Kinlaw getting the pressure on Cam Newton. I really do.
If you guys remember his name, you just put in the comments. I can't think of it right now.
It'll come to me. Jamar Taylor.
Taylor. Yes, Taylor. Yes, Jamar Taylor. What a play by him. Still, K1 Williams will not be replaced. He's get healthy. We need him back. We need all our starters back. But I enjoyed this game. I watched it from beginning to end, and right off the ball, I could tell that as we moved the ball in the first possession all the way down for a touchdown, it kind of gave us a picture of what kind of game we were going to have. I mean, we just moved it down the throat. I think the last time they allowed a opening touchdown was like 4 years ago. So there was a lot of things that we broke against the Patriots, man. So I know that Mr. Boston Hater was like an alligator in his living room. You know how the alligator would do something, they turn around in circles because they're so happy. I can imagine the Boston Hater being the same way, watching the beatdown of his most hated team. And I forgot to hit record again. Darn it! No, we're live, but on the audio part. And I told myself before I started the show, hit record. And I said, okay, yep, and I still forgot. But
It's
I
all
just
good.
we're 15. What are we in? We're in.
16 minutes in. They snooze, they lose, brother.
Yeah, no,
You
but it's for me.
snooze, you lose. Um, yeah, great. It was a great game overall. Jeff Wilson, 3 touchdowns running. Unfortunately, he had a high ankle sprain. He'll most likely go to IR. He'll be out at least 3 weeks. I expect it to be longer, but it was definitely more severe than Jimmy's. Debo is going to be week to week with a hamstring injury. At least 2 weeks on him. I'd say 2 to 4 weeks. I
Yeah,
seen the question. I seen the question pop up, so I mean, I figured I'd touch on that.
no, that's fine.
We should be getting. We should be getting. Well, no, I think Garland will come back, but hell with the when you
I
get
don't.
the hot hand, you don't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
change it up. I mean, Grasu's played so well. It's like our offensive line seems like it's finally got it together since we've made that change. So I don't think you. I mean, it's unfortunate you got hurt, but you don't make that change. Our biggest concern is going to be that running back position.
yeah. Well, ever since that game, you notice that a lot of players when they do the press and you talk about a game, they're like, "Okay, that's behind us. We got to put it behind us. We got to move forward onto the next game." And they hardly talk about the game previously, right? Well, if you hear the players, they still mention that Miami Dolphins game, how disgusted they are with that loss. But a lot of times, sometimes you need a defeat like that to put a fire within you. We've seen that last year with Atlanta, and we see it in the years ago back when Steve Young got pulled uh, right before they went to the
Yes,
Super Bowl in '94,
that was that
and
Philly game.
the Philadelphia game, yeah, the 42-8 beatdown. So this game against the Miami Dolphins, especially everybody didn't play well, but especially the offensive line took so much criticism of the bulk of that game, and they responded very well. I mean, these guys could have just went into a cave and says, "Forget it, our season's over," blah blah blah. But they huddled together. They came in a tight locker room that they have. They all, I bet you, they all challenge each other to do better. And since that Miami game against the Rams and now against the Patriots, we are starting to see the Niners of old. Even with all the injuries, the Niners are starting to get that identity of who they are, which to me they didn't have that prior to that game against the Rams. We were like, okay, who are we getting this week?
Well, well, I mean, like I've stated, going into the Miami game, leaving out, the Giants and the Jets game, we haven't been able to run the ball effectively, and we got back to running the football, and you see what happens. Raheem Mostert goes out. He has a big game. Yeah, he gets hurt, but he had a big game that contributed to our victory there. And um, then Jeff Wilson comes out and has a big game, and same result. Our team depends heavily on the run, whether it be handing the ball off to our running backs or doing a jet sweep or a a shovel, which I've been seeing a lot of this, and it's great because you don't realize that it's considered a forward pass. So if you shovel it in front of you when somebody's coming around for a jet sweep and they drop it, that's an incomplete pass. It's not a fumble. So
Yeah,
so I mean, yeah, I mean when you have players like Debo and Brandon Ayuk that can do that, and even George Kittle can do it. then it really helps our game out when we're lacking at the running back position. So going into this week, I expect us to do a little bit of the same just with Ayuk. I mean, Ayuk is a playmaker. He's been great. Just because you don't, I mean, last game he led in receiving, but just because you don't always hear his name, don't mean he ain't doing anything on the field.
That's correct. That is correct. Hey, Florida Mike, why don't you, if you can, kindly answer the question for Bob Money? That give you an opportunity to jump in. He's asking the question: Kyle loves Debo Samuel at running back. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, anytime Debo Samuel has the ball in his hands, he's making plays. So I'm not really sure of the statement / question. I would like to hear a little bit more elaboration on what is it that you don't like. He's not playing running back permanently. He's just going back there making plays with the ball in his hands, and we're finding ways to get him the ball, whether it's in the backfield or in the open space. That's the whole point in him getting the ball. So if he's starting out in the backfield and he's making plays, I mean, hey, the goal is to win the game. If they ain't stopping it, keep doing it. He did that in the Super Bowl as well. So I'm not really sure of the question / statement. I'd love to hear a little bit more from Brother Bob's perspective, but it's kind of hard to respond when I'm not really sure what the root of the statement or question is. But to answer your question, the reason why is because it works.
Yeah,
I mean
he
short
averages
summary.
a first down. Look what he did with one of them. He took it 43 yards last game.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's really stopping it. We saw that in the
No.
Super Bowl and games last year, even against Seattle the last time we played them. So, my biggest thing is San Francisco 49ers team. I don't care what nobody says. I believe we're the best team in the NFL when we're healthy. We haven't been healthy fully. So, we haven't really been able to see what we can do. We've been working with, practice squad guys. But the fact that we're still having a winning record, the fact that we're competing, despite us getting blown out against Miami, the fact that we're still competing in the majority of our games and we have won more than lost speaks volume of the type of players, the locker room we have with this team. This just goes to show why depth is so important. Nobody imagined us having 8, 9 guys out, right? But it goes to show that the quality of players behind them, although they struggle, although they're not as good as the first string, they're good enough to have a winning record as we speak. So if we can keep stringing some wins together until we get most of those guys back, we're going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs that nobody wants to play in the first round. I guarantee you. So it's a long season, guys. When we lost to the Dolphins, as I call them, being out here in Florida, when we lost to Flipper, aka Ace Ventura, right? You know what I mean? Because they're more known for. Look, hold up. I'm gonna say this too, by the way. I'm cutting myself off. Being in Florida, all you Dolphin fans, I'm going to set the record straight because when you talk about my San Francisco 49ers, I'm going to let you know you are the only NFL team. Listen to me, Dolphin fans, because I know you was running your mouth after that win. You are the only NFL team where your college is bigger than you. Let that sink in. You can't say that about nobody else but you. Miami Hurricanes have done more than you. So go sit down. You take a back seat to a college as a pro team. So anyway, going back to the Niners, and we beat you in the Super Bowl back in the day. But anyway, we just need to get our team healthy. We need to go out here and execute with what we have. So we don't have Debo Samuel. That means Brandon Ayuk is going to have to step it up even more. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with other receivers like, Taylor. I mean, Pettis ain't been out there, but we're going to have to get those guys to fill in, step up, and do what they got to do. Pettis ain't traded yet, so and as long as he's on this team, he's still part of this team. But we got to get Kendrick Bourne to be consistent. We got to get guys like Ayuk going more. So it's just other guys going to have to fill that role and just step up. That's just what it is. So let's see what we do Sunday. I'm excited. I got confidence that we can beat Seattle, even shorthanded.
Yeah, their defense is not that great. But I seen somebody mention something about stopping Russell Wilson. We're not going to stop Russell. We're not going to stop Russell Wilson. That's not going to happen.
He's MVP caliber for a reason. But what we can do is we can contain them. Let me ask y'all a question, and this is for all the fans as well. I was hearing some talks of the 49ers having more success against mobile quarterbacks with lack of edge rushers presence because they have to contain more without a lack of pass rush. I don't know how people feel about that, but they're basically saying we're not saying that that's not saying that we're a better team without Nick Bosa and D Ford. But as far as mobile quarterbacks go, if you notice, sometimes the criticisms of the edge rushers in Ford and Bosa that they were over pursuing in the Super Bowl, and other times against mobile quarterbacks. Now against pocket passers, they're fine, but since mobile guys can extend the play, sometimes they can over pursue, and then that leads, the second line to defend, and those guys get yardage. Whereas where the pass rush might not be as great at getting there right away, it might have them more time to react to that mobile quarterback better. What do you guys think about that? That's something that I've been hearing floating around.
Go ahead, Eric.
I think we need. It's more about having more speed on the field. I think what we did this week is have more DBs out there than having, for say, like linebackers, and I mean just our packages. We played, I guess I would say, big nickel. Having Travarius Moore. Dang it, I'm trying to think of the other safety that came in. Marcel Harris. You seen
more?
You seen Witherspoon come in? I mean, we need speed to contain, and it's not. And I mean, it's not necessarily having that pass rush there. It's being able to drop back in coverage and spy for say, within those first 5 yards or whatnot. You can't allow that quarterback to take off on you. Now, one thing I did see Seattle do well against Arizona to keep Kyler Murray kind of contained from taking off is with those edge rushers, they kept it outside. They didn't float inside and let him run out around the corners. Now, that is something that I could see us, working on and getting better with.
Yep, I agree.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree, man. I'm keeping an eye on the comments, so you guys feel free to just keep elaborating on the game that we just played.
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of comments all over the place as far as with the, like for instance, I'm gonna go back up and look at it. Like the argument that said that we shouldn't have had Debo out there as far as running jet sweeps, or they put him at risk of getting hurt.
Why are you entertaining that?
He pulled a hamstring. I mean, it happens.
Absolutely.
He could do it just taking off on a route. No telling, he probably felt it tied up on him, and he probably played through it. Players do that because they're competitive. They want that. I can't even go into any more explanation of that because it's just it's not worth it.
When you have a player the caliber of Deebo Samuel, you utilize him the best way you can to be productive on the field, and Kyle Shanahan was doing that. And I guarantee you, if he didn't pull that hamstring, he would have continued to be used all the way to the end of the game. Shanahan is trying to build a statement to his players, build confidence into his players, and he's going to continue to play. But injuries happen. Do we like them? No. Do we wish we didn't get it? Yes. But if you put your best players, your best 11 on the field at all time, and injuries just comes with the territory, man. So I will never make excuses for our coach putting in the best players at all time. Now, if it was already 50-3 and going in half in the middle of the fourth quarter or going into the fourth quarter, then you can start pulling players off. But Kyle Shanahan wanted to make a statement with our players that start building the confidence because he knows we're going into Seattle, then we're playing Green Bay, then we're playing New Orleans, then we go on our bye, and then we play Seattle again and the Rams. So, and the Bills. So we're still going through a tough gauntlet, man. So Kyle Shanahan is trying to build that confidence in our team. in my opinion. So I agree with you. You keep playing the best players, and unfortunately for us, he got hurt. Look at Jeff Wilson Jr. He got hurt, and
Yeah.
he was 3 touchdowns. What, are you going to pull him out when he's that hot? No, you don't. You continue to play your best hand. We had a question that maybe one of you guys can answer. It says, "Is Jamal Adams going to be available?" I haven't really. I know he's hurt, but I haven't really been following the Seahawks to kind of know whether he's going to be out again or not. Do you guys know?
Mm, I know he's been nursing a groin injury, but I mean, yeah, I haven't really paid attention.
Yeah,
To my
I don't. I
knowledge,
don't.
I
Really,
haven't heard him being available, so I haven't heard him being available. To my
okay.
knowledge,
regardless if
I'm,
he
I'm
is,
hearing I'm hearing Carson for them might be out, might be hurting as well.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
Carson will be out, but he's always out. That guy's
yeah, that's
talk about,
nothing.
talk about a player that gets hurt a lot. He's one of them. He's always Oh wait.
So anyway, I'll say this too, man. Like I noticed a lot of Niner fans are probably rooting against the Rams tonight, which is expected. However, we take care of our business, man. We don't got to worry about nobody else. You know, the reality is we control our own destiny. We shouldn't have to depend on the Bears, other teams to lose so we can have a shot. I mean, of course, it's going to help. I get it. But we got to beat who's on our schedule. Simple as that. Our goal is to make the playoffs. We're not playing for first seed. We're playing to make the playoffs. So
Yep.
if we get first seed, great. But who cares? At this point, we're just trying to make the playoffs right now. So keep in mind, we can lose like 5 or 6 games and still have a shot if we go win out. Like, I, if you okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Last year, what was the Rams' record last year? Anybody know what the Rams' record was last year?
I don't
I
remember.
think they were
Did
9-7.
97?
last year? Okay, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
think so.
I mean,
97. Yeah.
okay. If the
It's
playoffs if the playoffs was 7 teams last year, the Rams would have made it. Let that
Yeah.
sink in.
Yeah.
Think about it.
This year, with the record of last year, they wouldn't make it in because
So
we have 7 teams going into the.
like I telling all these Niner fans, stop worrying about other teams. I understand, I get it. Like I said, I understand you want other teams to lose to help our chances, but we're an organization, a franchise where we play 49er football. We worry about us. We play our game. We ain't got to depend on nobody. You know what I mean? It's us against the NFL. So let's beat the Seahawks. We take care of business. We're in the driver's seat soon. You know what I mean? We got Seahawks. We got Green Bay. All this hype about we got these next tough games and stretch. Man, it's the NFL. Every game's tough. Even the Jets, as bad as they are, they're still an NFL team. And if you don't come to play, you'll get blowed out, just like we did against the Dolphins. So I understand some teams are harder than others, but it's still the NFL. Every week is a game. So Green Bay, honestly, I ain't even really impressed with them like everybody else. New Orleans, I'm not impressed with them like everybody else. New Orleans to me looks different this year than last year. That's just my humble opinion. I don't know. Maybe they ain't got their crowd behind them, but they haven't been, you know, like I haven't really seen them leaps and bounds in my humble opinion. So they're a good team still, but we got winnable games here. I believe that we can have a 2-1 in the next 3 games. I believe so. We just got to play. Hell, we could be 3-0 if we play, but I'm not gonna sit here and be no homer. I understand if we don't come to play, we got key injuries. It's going to be a bigger challenge, but it's not impossible. We can beat Seattle with our depleted roster of starters.
we have to play our type of football if we're going to beat Seattle, and a key to that is taking over the time of possession. We have to keep Aaron. We have to keep Russell Wilson sitting on his hands for 20 minutes. Keep Aaron Rodgers sitting on his hands for 20 minutes. Keep Drew Brees pushing his little walker on the side of the field. We have to keep those players off the field.
If our O line can dominate their D line, and we're able to effectively run the ball, and like you said, time of possession, and execute, not have turnovers, we're in every game. Our defense is good enough to play with less time of possession for defense and more time possession for offense, our defense is good enough to play to get enough stops to win games. I don't believe a team would just go run down the field on us like they did Miami. We had a different situation in Miami. We had more key guys out. At least we got a little bit more firepower here now. So I feel confident that our defense will hold it down. Our offensive line, can they physically manhandle Seattle defensive line for the majority of the game? If we can do that
Absolutely.
and get the time of possession and run the ball, like you were saying, I agree with Eric because he's right. Keep Russell Wilson off the field as much as possible. And when he's on, we do our thing to contain him. I believe we'll beat Seattle too.
Yeah. That defense doesn't scare me in Seattle at all. It got exposed by the Arizona Cardinals Sunday night, and we already knew that their weakness is their defense. Now we have to maintain Russell Wilson, keep him in the pocket. You can't stop him. Nobody can. Even with our pass rush that we had last year, it's hard to stop Russell. If we don't put pressure with our front four on him, it's going to be a long day. If we put it this way, if our defense plays the Seattle Seahawks the way we play the Patriots, we're going to get our butts kicked defensively. We got to get to Russell. We have to disrupt him. On offense, though, I think we're going to put up points. We're going to put quite a bit of points. So it's going to be a shootout, in my opinion, in that game. It's not going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be who gets the possession last, who makes the least, who doesn't fumble the most and who doesn't throw interceptions. So I think they're going to put the ball a little bit more on Jimmy G's hands in this game. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm not scared about that defense. That defense is not the defense of old, not even close. And I think the Niners can definitely put points on that defense. And then playing in Seattle on Sunday is not going to be the same because there's no fan base. So that 12 man is not there. So I'm not really concerned. I want to ask you guys real quick, and we'll talk about Seattle on Friday. Let's continue to talk about the Patriots since this is a post game. I want to get your guys' thoughts. I want to get Eric's and your Florida Mike. What was the best part of that win for you individually? Like, what did you see that you liked the most? Which player impressed you the most? Who was your MVP? Let me put it that way, of that game for you guys individually. We'll go ahead and go with you, Eric, and then we'll go ahead and pass it on to Florida Mike.
Fred Warner.
That was
Done.
easy.
Easy.
Yeah,
That's it. He's out there covering receivers.
If he keeps playing the way he's playing, he's going to be all first pro, man, this year, definitely. And if he isn't, I'll be pissed.
He's keeping up with receivers and making them look bad. And he's going to do it again this week.
Yeah, so far in 7 games, he's been playing superb.
He's been good.
He's very consistent. That's what I like about Fred Warner. He's consistent in what he's sideline to sideline. That interception was a sweet interception. That's him just staying focused on what he's doing, man. So very good pick there, Eric. Very easy and safe pick, but very good pick. What about you, Florida Mike?
You want a hard one?
Well, who was your MVP of the game, not named Fred Warner?
Honestly, I wouldn't even give one player the MVP. It's hard, man. I mean, we executed on all 3 phases of the game, so it was just a good collective team win. I mean, Fred Warner definitely balled out, but you got to give credit to Jeff Wilson too, man. I mean, he came in and filled out a void at running back, and he really balled out. You know, our O-line as a collective, I mean, without them, nobody does anything on offense. They went out there and played smash mouth football. They dominated New England. And my favorite part of this game would be the fact that Boston Hader is extremely happy right now. I'm a team player, so because our brother on our panel is excited that we crushed that team up there, and he hates them with a passion, I'm happy for him. So my MVP is Boston Hader.
Oh, right on. Look at you getting brownie points, but I like it. I love it. I agree. I was going to say Jeff Wilson Jr. was my. I mean, to come in and to run for 3 touchdowns. The guy was just dominant. Let me ask you guys this question. I know that Jeff Wilson Jr. started the game over Jerry McKinnon, and I'm hearing all these little things about how Jerry McKinnon um, is in the doghouse, or it's not, whatever. Let me oppose this to you guys, and I want you to get your thoughts on this. Whether you agree or disagree, that's fine. I think that um, Kyle Shanahan put in Wilson as a starter to throw off Belichick. I think Belichick game plan all week long for Jarrett McKinnon, and he started Jeff Wilson Jr. to throw him off. Kind of just one of his chess matches that he likes to do. I want to get your thoughts on that. Yeah, no, you're oversaturated on that, or I want your honest opinions of that question. We'll go start with you, Florida Mike, and then we'll ask Eric.
Well, I mean, Kyle Shanahan has a history of when it comes to running backs, rotating guys and playing them off like we saw that last year. How long did it take for Mostert to come in and be the starter? We saw a lot more Breida early in the year before he got hurt last year, and then we saw Coleman. But when Mostert got an opportunity, he rolled with Mostert. So I think it's just Kyle Shanahan using all his weapons at his disposal. And Wilson was hot, so because he was hot early on, it was easier to keep him in and keep that momentum going. And obviously we're going to see a lot more of McKinnon this Sunday, but Wilson was a hot man. So, I mean, of course, coaches are going to game plan to throw other coaches off, but Belichick's been in it for so long, bro. I don't think a guy that's been promoted due to injury just threw Belichick off like something he's never seen before. Belichick himself has had plenty of injuries in his career and had to adjust. I'm pretty sure when the shoe's on the other foot, he can adjust as well. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it didn't work, but I find it highly unlikely that Belichick was so thrown off by, Jeff Wilson Jr. to the point to where he didn't game plan for him at all. He understood the roster coming in. He knew he was going to be available. He's seen enough footage of him. So I'm sure he adjusted. They just didn't execute, and they got beat. I think we just beat the hell out of them. Point blank.
I like that answer. Right on. And what about you, Eric?
I disagree. I think that the reason Jeff Wilson got the start not over McKinnon is because his inconsistency. When he had the chance to actually set himself apart from the other running backs, he wasn't able to do that. In fact, McKinnon would have done what Debo was doing off the edge just as good if we were doing jet sweeps to him. It's just the fact that he just can't get in, he can't hit those zones like Jeff and Raheem can. That's the issue. And I mean, I don't think it's because McKinnon's a bad running back or anything like that. The guy's been away for 2 years, and he has barely been out there to actually get that experience. It's just like putting on a new pair of tennis shoes. I don't think he's had a lot of experience in our offense. I'd be scared that I'd get hurt again if I've gotten hurt for the last 2 years. So, I mean, it may be a mental edge, but I just think that the other running backs have done it better. And going into this week, I think Hasty's going to get a majority of the carries because he's shown that he can move the ball.
I guess my question though in response to that is why now? Why not put Jeff Wilson Jr. in a position earlier? Because Coleman's been out for a while. They didn't promote him before, so why now? I'm saying due to attrition, Jeff Wilson is on this running back committee. So why not before? Why not the last couple of weeks with Jeff Wilson?
He was injured. He had a calf injury.
He was injured.
Yeah. Okay. He came back from injury.
Got you. So that goes, furthermore to show that the fact that he was hurt, normally Shanahan will go with a guy that's healthy, that's proven himself. But the fact that he was hurt, Shanahan must have seen something in him to say, hey, I'll put this guy in. It's just attrition, in my opinion. I mean, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes because the way Jeff Wilson played, my question would be, him and Tevin Coleman wasn't hurt the entire season. With the way Jeff Wilson is playing, he didn't just come on like this against New England. I'm pretty sure he balls out like this in practice. Why wasn't he in that starting rotation over Tevin Coleman? Is a question that I would be wondering. You know what I mean? I'm not there practicing fairness, so I don't see what goes on. But as a fan, looking at the production and the way he runs, Jeff Wilson sure had a hell of a game against New England. And the way he's been playing every time he plays, I don't know, man. His vision to me is a little bit better than Tevin Coleman's, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. That and I mean, I was really shocked that we kept Tevin Coleman through the offseason. I really expected him to opt out, but I was really surprised that we didn't cut him with the players that we had, especially knowing what we have in Hasty, or giving him an opportunity. Just giving him an opportunity because we were pretty we have a lot of depth at the running back position going into this offseason. Yeah, we traded one of our players away that was undrafted and turned it into a 5th round pick.
Yeah, so that's why I said what I said earlier. To be honest, because if it was about him just being injured, well, when he was healthy, why didn't he start over Coleman? Like I said, I don't think he just came on this hot just yesterday. I think Jeff Wilson has been playing good from the beginning. I mean, we saw the flashes when he played in attrition from injury last year. If you watch Jeff Wilson plays, he's been a strong runner since last year. He's always produced. So, like, why now? Why not start him over Coleman from the beginning? That's what I'm getting at. He wasn't always hurt for the whole time.
That and he's not a bad pass catcher. I mean, that's the other thing I don't understand is like, okay, well, yeah, they complement so great on why Jet and Tevin are great pass catchers because we wanted to run this 22 offense. Like we wanted to have Jordan Reed in there and Kittle and have Tevin possibly like a formation with Tevin and Jet. I mean, a lot of weapons to really choose from, but at the end of the day, Mostert's capable of catching passes. Jeff Wilson's capable of catching passes. Hell, Mostert has excelled. I think he's gotten better at that. It's just he can't stay healthy. He's always hurt. That's the story.
What's funny for me is like Kyle Shanahan, he sees these guys on a level that we don't. But Tevin Coleman is starting in the lineup over Jeff Wilson, right? But Jeff Wilson, in my opinion, has earned the play to say that, hey, he has produced better than Tevin Coleman. I know it was one game, but when he's given an opportunity, the way he runs, the way he plays the game, I feel overall he is better than Tevin Coleman. So does it take guys to get hurt for Kyle Shanahan to really say, man, this guy needs to be promoted or this guy? I would like to see Jeff Wilson start over Tevin Coleman and have more opportunities to do what he did against New England. I think Jeff Wilson can come in as a complimentary back to Mostert and do that more consistently than Coleman. I believe he's a better 1-2 punch than Coleman, is what I'm saying. I mean, maybe it was one game. I get it. But I'm looking at his body of work overall, and I'm looking at how he impacts the game when he plays. I can't say anything bad about a guy coming in, promoted. So I like him. I think Jeff Wilson should get more opportunity when he gets back healthy over Tevin Coleman. Just my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I believe we're getting Tevin Coleman back this week, coming back from injury.
Hey, I'm going to take the depth. We need it. So I'm not mad. And I'm not slamming Tevin Coleman. He's a tough player. I'm not going to forget what he did against the Carolina Panthers last year. He balled out. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I watch every game. Unlike these talking heads that doubted our team when we played the Rams, and all of them picked the Rams except Tony Dungy, all those talking heads, I watch my team. This is why I don't watch talking heads, because 90% of the ignorant panel hated on us, said we don't even have a chance, and we beat those lambs, silence of the lambs. So, like I said, I want to keep this momentum going. If Coleman's coming back, that's great. We need more depth. The more depth, the better. And hopefully Coleman, Hasty, and McKinnon can put on a show for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Coleman, I mean, I don't know what the status of Coleman is right now. I know they got an MRI back from him. It wasn't a high ankle sprain. So I know he's going to miss. I didn't see Shanahan's press today. So if you guys have an update on on Wilson. Please share because I don't know what his update is.
He's going to Howard.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not good.
Yeah, he's gonna miss some time. He's at least 3 weeks, but I expect
Well, it's
4 to
when you go
6.
on IR, you have to miss a minimum of 3 games. So
Yeah, I expect 4 to 6. So, uh, but that could be a wrap for him for this season,
yeah,
depending
it's
on.
tough, man.
Yeah,
It's
it
tough.
is tough.
Especially how good he was playing against the Patriots yesterday. He was playing very good. It's tough, man. Injuries. Okay, I got it. Injuries. This year, last year, and the year before has been really just haunted us, man. But I love the way you can't avoid injuries. Injuries are going to happen, but I love the depth. I love the way the coaches have been coaching these young players up, where the next man up steps up and handles their business and plays, uh, almost like a starter, except number 48 3 weeks ago. Um,
Yeah, we
uh,
don't mention him anymore.
yeah. Well, I didn't say his name. I just said his number. But um, I love the way Marcel Harris came in. I love the way Travaris Moore came in and started playing. Wilson came in and started playing. Our center, number 50, I can't pronounce his name. The way he's playing for us, holding up the offensive lineup. Trent Williams coming back like a trooper and playing good. McClinchy has been stepping up, and Tomlinson has been playing great all year. And even Daniel Brunsko has been getting better at guard with the most reps. So I'm excited what I'm seeing on the Niners. I am very confident next week based on what we see this week. But we're going to enjoy until Friday. We talk about the Seahawks. We're going to continue to enjoy this win. We're going to continue to enjoy this win. I know Boston Hater probably watched this game like 30 times already because why not? You beat the team you hate the most. Why wouldn't you watch it? And especially when you beat them the way we did on all faces. And there was a question asked earlier about Jimmy G. Um, and they were just asking, how did he do? I think he threw 2 interceptions, but overall, Tanisha asked, and let me bring you back up real quick. And I want to get your guys' thoughts on Jimmy G on his performance. Yes, he threw 2 interceptions, but the last interception really it was one of those situations where he was just throwing the ball. It was right before the half. If we catch it for a touchdown or try to get a field goal, it wasn't an interception that really hurt us. So I really think he just threw 1 interception, but he threw, what did he throw for 207? I forgot the 277 yards. I want to know what your thoughts on Jimmy G's performance in this game against the Patriots, going back to Foxborough, playing against his old coach. Go ahead,
I'm,
Eric. We'll ask Mike.
I'm gonna pull a Boston Hater on this. I'm not gonna use stats. Was he
Ooh.
effective? Yes. He threw for he moved the ball. We scored. That's simple as that. I'm not gonna look at those interceptions. Yeah. Okay. They were meaningless at the end of the day. Because really that one that happened at the end of the half was at the end of the half. Could we have scored a field goal if we? Yeah, probably so, but it is what it is.
I love it. I love this guy. He says, real quick, number 48, Fred Warner, when he wore that number in 2018. Very well said.
I like it. But yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think he had a bad performance at all. I think he
not
did
at
well.
all.
Yeah.
And if
He
anybody
didn't
thinks he had a bad performance, I don't know what game they watched. So, what's your thoughts on that, Florida Mike, on Jimmy's performance that you saw from your eyes?
Unfortunately, thankful to you, Beto, that you helped me be able to get access to the game. But I couldn't see the entire game, so I was only really to see mostly of the second half. So I'm not sure of the interception before the half, but If he had 2 interceptions, how many touchdowns? It really doesn't matter to me. Touchdowns, interceptions. How did he play as far as being consistent, coming out next play, getting our team in a position to score? If he did those things, then I'm going to give him a good grade because I looked at that score. I don't think anyone's questioning 2 interceptions based on the score. The only stat that matters to me is the W. So, if he had 2 interceptions, which one of them wasn't really his fault, it was just kind of like right before the half type of deal. Oh, well, chalk it up. For stats, it looks like, all right, if you're a fantasy football guy or girl, it looks bad. But in real life football, we got a W. You know what I mean? And it's all good. He came back and made plays. The one thing I love about this team and Garoppolo, they don't get their heads down. They move on to the next play for real. And if the outcome don't come back, they come back stronger the next couple of weeks. And that's what we've been doing. So I'll tell you this. Jimmy G had a better game than Cam Newton.
Yep. By far.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that first drive that we went down the field and scored, I think it was a 3rd and 2. Jimmy G scrambled, got out, and ran for that first down.
Yep.
See, I missed that because I've been telling people I want to see him. I know he's hurt. I know that I just want to see him utilize his legs and extend the pocket a little bit more and just slide. Just get some 4 or 5 yard chunks if you can. Just do that because that's what I want to see, and I hate that I missed it.
You would have thought we scored a touchdown if you were at my house when that happened.
Man, I hate I missed it, man.
It's not only not only did he ran, but it's the way he ran. He tackled that linebacker. I mean, he went at the linebacker for that first down. Now,
that was great.
Given me and Boston Hader were talking about this over the phone earlier today. I mean, we want Jimmy to able to extend the play the best that he can as a receiver get open. But do I want him to be a really immobile quarterback? Not so much because he can get hurt. But I do want him to do. But I do want him extending plays. I do want him to help out the receivers and like when he ran for that first down, it wasn't a design play. He improvised. Nobody was open, and instead of trying to get a sack or throw it away, he ran for that first. I love when he does that.
Or get out of the pocket.
Yeah.
When he can get out of the pocket, he's actually one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL.
And that's what I was going to say. He needs to get out more and do that. But to be a runner like Russell Wilson or Kyle Murray, I don't know, man. Every time he runs, I cringe because I don't want him to get hurt. Because what's the alternative? I don't want to ever go back to Mullins or CJ at all. So, but I hear you. We have to extend the plays though.
Like Aaron Rodgers does. Like he barely runs, but when he does, it's straight out of bounds. He should go straight out of bounds, but not turn it up and try to run through a 300-pound lineman. Just don't do that. We're not asking you to do that.
Yeah, like what happened in Kansas City. He's trying to run for that extra yard and oops. Yeah, so but you're right, Florida Mike. I like what you said about you got to extend plays. I mean, don't design plays for running game for him, but whenever the formation breaks down or if there's no position available, a receiver to receive the ball, and if that opportunity presents itself like he did, although when he ran over and smashed that linebacker, I was kind of like, Jimmy, be careful, brother. Those Italian guys, they're not made tough. Even though you watch all these gang movies, not all Italian guys are tough, man. But I love what Jimmy did. I love his performance. I love the way he definitely outshined. I mean, what was the total yards for the Patriots in the first half? Like 53 yards?
I don't know. I know Cam only threw for like 90 the whole game. So
98 yards or something like that. And threw 3 interceptions, man. So
hey, I got a question for you.
Then he got benched.
I got a question for you, Beto.
What's up?
You still think CeeDee Lamb's a better route runner
Than Brandon Ayuk?
Yeah.
No. I was never a CeeDee Lamb guy. I kind of didn't really watch too much of Brandon Ayuk in Arizona. I do know he's way better than O'Neal Harris. That's for sure. Coming out, both of them coming out of Arizona, and but no, yeah, no. And what you don't even hear what's the name over there with the Broncos.
Jerry Judy.
Uh,
I haven't
Mary
heard.
Judy, you didn't even hear him at all. And Ayuk, his first 100-yard. It's just the beginning with Brandon Ayuk, man. He's just getting acclimated with that offense. He's getting used to He's getting more comfortable. Look at Deebo Samuel last year. Deebo Samuel did not start off that hot. As the games went on, he started getting more comfortable, felt more comfortable in the system, and he started to shine. I got a feeling that we're getting the same production out of Brandon Ayuk. The more games we play, the more snaps he does, the more comfortable he gets in the scheme, the more he's going to start performing, man. So I am excited about our future with Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. Now, the concerning with Deebo Samuel is at least this year, back in being his second year starter, first year starter, he's already been hurt twice. So hopefully that trend dies out because the way he runs like a running back, man. So hopefully that getting hurt kind of dies out, man, because I can't deal with Deebo Samuel getting hurt a lot.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, somebody said that somebody said that
Shut up.
the Patriots were trash or whatever, but they've actually had a really consistent defense.
Way to have my back there, buddy.
So I really think that, yeah. Cam, not so much. The running game and Cam running the ball, not passing. They ain't really got nobody to throw it to. But yeah, I think are they playoff contenders? No, I don't think so. But it's not like they're terrible. We faced a lot worse teams.
Yes, we have. Yes, freaking Nate. I love Nate, man. Oh my god. Yeah,
I forgot he's on YouTube, so he couldn't see my comment.
Yeah, I like CeeDee Lamb. I wanted to draft him, but I was trying
He
to be
actually
cool.
played. He played high school at where my nephew's playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I love it. I love it.
Dude, I'm telling you, can't, dude. If you make a mistake and you're recorded in it, and, man, Boston will never let it down.
Hey,
Okay,
I
moved on from.
I'm gonna actually defend Boston Hater in this particular category. To be fair, me and Boston Hater both have said this, and I'm pretty sure E-Man agrees. When the draft comes and you got all these guys talking about the Judys and the CeeDee Lambs and not happy about Ayuk as much, now they are. This goes to show why you don't put so much stock into the draft based upon college production. Sure, you can see a gem out there that comes out and you know this guy's ready right away, but for the most part, I mean, in this particular class, I don't know that there was a huge gap between Judy, CeeDee Lamb, and everybody else. Brandon Ayuk is a tremendous receiver. I mean, and it's at the end of the day, you can go back to some of the early shows, and I've said this. It's all about the system and what fits. If you get a guy in a system that utilizes his strengths, he's going to excel. But if you get somebody who's in a system where they're not being utilized the right way, or they don't have a quarterback that caters to their skill set, it can be harder for that guy. So I think we did great in our draft with Ayuk, considering that we needed a D tackle first. With Kinlaw was a huge priority to replace Buckner. So had we got CeeDee Lamb, we wouldn't have Kinlaw. You know, or we got one of those top guys.
The only thing I look at is, in the situation where we drafted Debo. Obviously, Debo was the guy we wanted, but could you imagine if we actually went with Metcalf over Debo, where we'd be at? Where our offense would look at what it would look like with a big physical receiver. Something. I mean, yeah, we had the physicality, but Ayuk doing what Debo could do, and then having somebody like DK, you never could know. I mean, but I like that. I like the choices that we've made. We have two very good receivers that really complement our offense.
Yeah, I mean, I have a different perspective than that. Like I said again, it's about the quarterback that complements the receiver in the system. DK Metcalf is playing with a mobile quarterback that can extend plays a lot longer than what we have. So his route running doesn't have to be like as on point as somebody else on our team. Garoppolo's a different quarterback, and we run a different type of scheme. So I'm not certain that if Metcalf came here as talented as he is, I'm not certain that he does the same exact thing. That we'll just never know. He doesn't come to our system and does the same type of stuff. When Russell Wilson extends plays, Metcalf is able to use his height and burn people downfield and size and speed. But when you got a quarterback that drops back, that doesn't extend plays as much, and that's getting the ball out less than 2 or 3 seconds, I don't know how great Metcalf would be in our system. I'm just being honest. I don't know that. So
No, I agree
I
with
kind of
you.
have a different perspective than you.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, Brandon and Ayuk's style of play is a lot like Debo's, and they utilize those type of receivers more. Run after the catch. And, Decab, he's a great receiver for what he's doing in Seattle, and Seattle's utilizing him to the best of his ability there. But I agree with you and anyone that I don't think he would have been as productive under Kyle Shanahan's system as he is with Seattle. So I'm definitely glad that we took Brandon Ayuk. He's only getting better as he gets more comfortable in the system, and I can't wait to every. I look forward to seeing every game him play, and I can't wait to see the film come out tomorrow and see the breakdown of the film. But with that said, we're coming down to an hour, and so we're going to call it a night. I know, Mr. Florida Mike, we want to honor that it's late where you're at. He's in the East Coast and he has to be at work tomorrow. So, and we appreciate you being here with us, supporting the Niner Sickness podcast. Also, Eric, again, having you on the panel, bro. We appreciate you as well. And the Boston Hater just being on the comments tonight. And everybody that come on tonight and support the Niner Sickness podcast, all the viewers, I just want to thank each and every one of you. Again, I can't say this enough, but we do this for you guys. We love football. We love our Niners, but we come on here out of our busy schedule. Florida Mike, what time is it over there where you're at right now?
Man, it's 11:07 at
11,
night,
11:07 at night, and he's
close
on
to
here
midnight.
because he enjoys bringing content to you guys, the
Got to get
viewers.
up in 7 hours, man. Do some stuff with some houses. So, but I'm
See?
still coming on.
So he shows his love and appreciation for you guys by staying up late. So return the favor to us by sharing our video on your Facebook, letting your friends and family know about the Niner Sickness podcast so they can be part of this great show as well. With that, I'm going to give it up to my panel real quick to say goodnight as we bring this to a close. Great win, great victory over the Patriots. Looking forward to breaking film tomorrow and talking a little bit more about it on Wednesday. Our next show is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then following that, it's on Friday. And Friday was more about, we'll talk about the Seattle, we'll preview the Seattle game. Eric, what would you like to say as we come to a close?
Hey, we just appreciate y'all tuning in with us tonight. It's been a pleasure. Thank y'all for having me back. Glad to be back. Feels good. Feels great, baby.
Right on. How about you, Florida Mike?
Hey, big shout out to the whole Niner Faithful tuning in with us. Big shout out to Boston Hater. Everybody show Boston Hater some love because this moment is special for him. This is like a Super Bowl for him. When I tell you this man hates New England with a passion, he hates New England with a passion. And for anybody that's a new viewer, Boston Hater doesn't hate New England because they won. So I want to make sure that's understood very clear. It's not the Steelers have the same amount of Super Bowls, and his hate for the Steelers is not equal to the Boston. There's other factors. So just know that it's legitimate factors, and the man hates Boston for his reasons, and I can respect that. Just like I hate the Cowboys and Seattle. Last thing I'm gonna say, Seattle, if you are for some reason watching this, I know you're expecting a lot of trash talk, but 5 times don't talk to one hit wonders. Okay, you are named Century Link. That is your stadium. You win once every century. You blew it on the 1 yard line. There's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? So I understand you don't like us. We don't like you, but the reality is your slogan comes from a college, 12th man. And I'm probably the only Niner fan that will feel this way, but I feel like your fans are overrated. I'm a soccer fan, I'm a Borussia Dortmund fan in the Bundesliga. My fans will crush your fans. Go look at how Borussia Dortmund fans are in the stands. And Seattle's PG-13. You got a college slogan from Texas A&M. Give it back. You don't even have your own style. And your
Bunch of
coach,
thieves.
he was at San Francisco, if you know your history. Because most of y'all Seattle fans don't even know who your quarterback was before Russell Wilson. So get out of here. I don't like you. Y'all suck. Go Niners.
I love it. And real quick, I just want to acknowledge my beautiful, beautiful goddaughter, Jade Peters. She's 8 years old. She's stopping by to say hi to me. Jade, Nino loves you always. Yeah. So, and to everybody else, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being part of the Niner Sickness podcast. Tune in on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll see you then. God bless. Have a great night, and go Niners.
Bang,
All
bang.
right. Bang, bang, Niner gang.